Money and relationships. It's a tough mix. And sometimes you shouldn't intertangle the two because there's such a thing as conflict of interest. Conflict of interest is when there's your interest involved and someone else's interest that you're representing involved. So you are possibly partial to making a decision based on your own self-interest and neglecting bargaining or standing up for the interest of others. Because at the core, humans have a survival instinct. It's embedded in us that we are self-preserving. We're self-interested. And that's not always a bad thing. I mean, self-care is a level of self-interest. To eat well, to exercise, to have healthy relationships. So I don't look at selfishness or self-interested people as necessarily evil. And I don't necessarily look at money and relationships and intertangling the two as bad. But when there is a level of manipulation, deception, and just a dishonesty, an insecure person will always use money as control over you. Part of the reason, a small part, but it's part of a characteristic of the reason why I kind of separated myself from my father. You know, money destroys relationships, but it's not really the core of the destroying of the relationship. It's a core character trait of someone who has other issues. So, you know, I've had money separate friends, money separate family, but now through a mature place, I mean, I look at it, it wasn't necessarily just the money, it was the person who uses money as a tool as a controlling person. We're all self-interested. Look, we all want to make more money, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, we live in a capitalist society, you almost have to be, and that's good. You know, I think that kind of strives you to do stuff with life, but there's a line, you know. Good to see you, Marin. Good to see you, John. Nick, what's up, brother? He goes, dating women with multiple kids. Look, have I ever dated women with kids? Yeah. But I always knew from the beginning that my self-interest did not lie in me raising their kids. There was one time in my life, you know, I was like almost taking care of other people's kids because I'm good with kids, guys. And I love kids and I want to, you know, make a positive impact in this world. Good to see you, Journey with Jordan. But I don't want to raise kids. I want to spend most of my time by myself. So I have the type of personality where I could spend 2 months straight on the weekends with your kid. And then all of a sudden, like something clicks in my mind, I'm going to Florida. Okay. And you say, Sam, what are you doing? I'm out. I'm getting the hell out of Dodge. I changed my mind quick. I don't want to be entangled. And relationships are an entanglement. You know, I had a friend who was just getting off a divorce and he went on a date this weekend. How much did he spend? About $200 and a parking ticket. Shit. $200 a week times 4. There's 4 weeks in a month. You just added $800 a month to your budget just for dating. Just for dating, guys. I remember an episode of the Cosby Shows. Now, I know the Cosby got caught up in that scandal, man. He's nasty with the women. And there was always something wrong with a person who doesn't curse. I remember Bill Cosby giving Eddie Murphy a lot of shit because he said, you curse in your routine, not healthy. And then come to find out Bill Cosby was basically like a predator on women. But Bill Cosby had this one show, I always remember, because the show, The Cosby Show, was still a good show. I got a lot of stuff from it. Entertaining. But I remember him teaching his son Theo about life, and he was using the Monopoly board. Because the Monopoly board is basically like society. It's a game of capitalism. Okay. And just like capitalism, about every 50 years or so, capitalism collapsed. Okay. It collapsed during the Great Depression. It collapsed during the Great Recession. It was only through government intervention, through government bailouts, that capitalism survives. Just like Monopoly. Eventually, one person ends up with all the money. So eventually you have to reset the system so everyone can keep playing the game. And it's the best game out there, guys. I don't see any like magical boards about like, socialism or something like that. But look, socialism, capitalism, I don't, there's a mix in between somewhere we got to find. But I'm saying all that to say he had this board. He was like, look, son, this is what you got to learn. Because I think his son was basically saying like he could survive off making like, I don't know, at that time, almost minimum wage. And because he wanted to move out on his own. I get a lot of psychopaths on this channel. They haven't even secured a job yet. And they're talking about they're tired of taking shit from their parents. Guys, when your parents control that money bag, they control the rules of the house. Okay. If you need one incentive on why to work, it's because you don't want to take shit from someone else. You may love your parents, but look, there's a season of your life where you have to get out of your parents' house, even if you come back. And look, guys, we all need our own space. Like I spent an hour, 2 hours with my mom, and then I go back to my space. She goes back to hers. People need their space, guys. And when you don't have money, you can't determine how much space you're going to have between you and other people. Okay. And when you don't have your proper space or your proper boundaries, then every relationship is going to be controlled by money. Subject Zero says the Trump board game is more realistic. It's all a politic game, guys. Because right now there's something in the news where Trump, they're trying to like do an inquiry on impeachment because there's a conflict of interest, supposedly. Like he said to the government of Ukraine, like, give me something on Joe Biden and I'll send you aid in the form of like support of troops and money for missiles or whatever, just aid. But Joe Biden's son too, whatever. Joe Biden's son probably got like a nepotism with us using our leverage over Ukraine, and he got like Joe Biden's son a job or something like that. So both sides play the game, because I think at the core of most people is survivalist. Your human nature, self-interested. So I don't, I'm sure Trump played the game, and I'm sure Biden played the game. I'm sure everyone plays the game. So I don't get too caught up in that, because I always, like I tell you guys, look, I get involved, I vote. But unless I see like some real malicious stuff, and once in a while I do, I kind of really don't care, because no matter who's the president, you're going to have to do what you have to do for your life. You're going to have to be self-interested towards your life. But I do believe through having a business and even through having a YouTube channel that you can somewhat mix money and relationships if you're honest. Like when I was an electrical contractor, I would always quote out a job before I did anything. Or I would always tell the customer, this is going to be the bare minimum, because I didn't like any surprises. I don't want the customer to be surprised, and I don't want to be surprised. Okay. So when you're mixing money and friends, or money and family, you have to be very upfront and very honest from the gate. And even then, it could still, become an issue. And that's when also you have to document things. But I think as you get older and you become an adult, you don't want to mix money and family unless you're totally destitute. And I think the same thing with friends. I think that's the exception, but the general rule should be, unless you're totally destitute or they are, don't mix the two. Money changes a relationship. It does. It changes the dynamic. I saw a YouTuber today. And he's big on like helping all the destitute people and everything like that. And this guy's the biggest capitalist you ever seen in your life. And I'm not mad at him. He provides a service. But he did like this big act. It was a big game that he pulled over in his van, and he got like this revelation from the Lord that, here's some insight of life that I want to share with you. And by the way, this video was sponsored by the people that I'm saying gave me the insight. It was like a total conflict of interest. Now, he was saying some good stuff in the video, but it was like totally disingenuous. Okay. I'd rather him just open up the video and say, look, I'm a stripper. Okay. And you know what happens in a strip club, all right? I put on a G-string and I get it popping. Okay. If you want to let the dollars fly, let them fly. Okay. But I'm self-interested, guys. Okay. Now, he kind of said that, but he didn't say that. Okay. So, I don't know, but it rubbed me the wrong way when I saw it. Just rubbed me the wrong way. I know, back to the guy that's dating this girl. I love this guy. I'm a friend of mine. I'm busting his chops a little bit. He's dating this girl, man. He's back. He hasn't been in the dating scene in a while, so he's a little bit new to the game. So he spent like $200 a weekend on dates, man. Total disaster. wait till you see how this one ends. And the first date, the girl goes up to him and says, you know what, every date we go on, I want to split the bill 50-50. Okay. Because I don't want there to be any like control or manipulation. I laughed my ass off when he told me that first day. I said, yeah, right, bro. Let's see how long that lasts. Because I've been there. I remember a girl telling me that. It doesn't last like that. And sure enough, third, fourth date, they're not splitting that thing 50-50. Now, does it matter? It doesn't matter when everything's going good. Money and relationships don't matter when everything's going good. It matters when all of a sudden, after the holidays, and after, you're getting bored in a relationship and you decide to go your separate way, or you decide to do something the other person doesn't like. Then, when you do something the other person doesn't like, they bring up the money. And you say, whoa, why'd you bring that money up? Because people, every time someone gives you a quarter, they're thinking about it, guys. They're thinking about it. Not all people. I have met some good people, but I think everyone thinks about it. I think everyone thinks about it. You give your pastor a certain amount of money, gives him a certain amount of money at church. You say, this pastor better give some good sermon today. Or, you see him driving up in a new car. You say, what the hell's going on here? I saw that. But it's like, it's a double-edged sword. I remember watching a guy on YouTube one time. He was saying like he was destitute and everything's like bad. And, people had pitched in. They did like a GoFundMe. And then he bought like a new vehicle. He bought like a piece of property. Now, was he wrong for that? It wasn't wrong, but, money and relationships, I don't know. You can't get away from it, but it's a dynamic in life that you have to, when it comes to money, you only give if you don't expect anything back. And that's very tough to do. I remember getting in a relationship and we both told each other there's no expectation. But everything has a level of an expectation. And I'm not even going to say that's wrong. I think you should expect something in life. But, I've had people I've loaned money to and not gotten it back. And I didn't ask for it back. I learned a lesson. After a while, I say, you know what? If I give you something, I don't want it back. And, that I would always make that decision after I learned the lesson before I would lend the money. And if I didn't feel comfortable lending it and never asking for it back, I wouldn't even give it anymore. And there's a couple of relationships I lost because of that. And vice versa. I've been on the other side of that too. Kristen says it's her birthday. Kristen, it's your birthday. Thank you for the kindness. John wished you a happy birthday. 49 years old. She goes, new season in the making. Well, let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all the nurses. They're a psychopath waiting to bathe you. Happy birthday, Kristen. Damn it. I hope you keep doing you. And may the new season of your life bring you happiness and grace, because you got about another 10 years before you totally lose your looks. I remember dating a MILF that was 50 years old, and she knew she about another 10 years before she went downhill. And she tried to get it in those past 10 years. I got a couple of good years out of that. But guys, if you ever date a MILF, once she gets into her 50s, you only got a few years, because after she hits about 60, she's not going to feel good about herself. And then she wants you to remember her how she always looked. That's the truth. Okay? So because she knows once she gets in that 60, she's going to start to crack and pop. And what I could tell you is she wants you to remember her how she looked at her best. Okay? And so just remember, you date with no expectation. Okay? With no expectation. And that's hard to do. Because there's always an expectation. Money in relationships, there's an expectation. Trump, all right, we're going to protect Ukraine. You're going to give me something on Biden. Biden says, all right, we're going to help you. Give my son a job. Everyone's got an expectation. If I give you something, I want something back. Should you ever mix money and relationships? Again, if you give totally without expecting back. There's a scripture that says, after you get through all the BS, that you should only give freely, not out of reluctance. Okay. And then they guilt trip you after that. Like, if you don't give 10%, something's wrong with you. It's all crazy. But I remember that. It says you should only give freely, never give out of reluctance or pressure. Okay. I remember some guys in a strip club, like, if they gave a tip, they expected something back. But, some people did tip the strippers. They didn't expect anything back. I don't know. It was a weird thing. But I guess you tip a waiter or waitress, and you don't expect something, but you tip afterwards, and you say, you know what? You provided a service, so here's a reward. That was the problem with the DoorDash app. I know when I was doing DoorDash, like, the customer at that time, they had to tip before they got their food delivery. So it was hard for them to evaluate, did I get good service or bad service? But I don't know. I mean, have I ever seen money destroy relationships? Certainly. But again, I would have to say, too, that not always the case. Because I've maintained some relationships that there's been an intertangling of money, whether it's through a business dealing or personal, because they're just good people. There's some good people out there that, they have good character. They're positive people. They're honest. They're upfront. And there's not an underlying insecurity of control and manipulation. Really, the people who will use money as control and manipulation are people that you shouldn't want to be around anyway. And I don't think you should want to be around too many people. Because I think you have to be leery of it. I think because if certainly if you allow everyone in your life, then you're really going to be cynical. And as you get older, being cynical, just keep that spirit off your soul, not easy. I drive around every day and I see people. I said, I start to hate people more and more. And I have to calm myself down and say, Sam, there's some good people out there. Don't get upset. So, it's something to be mindful of. All right, let me roll down my window, take a hydration break, read all live comments. It's a disaster. I try to stretch it out as long as possible. Marion, good to see you. My man John Sells, shout out to Boston, man. We're getting some warm weather here in the Northeast, man. It's going to be another week in the 90s, man. And I'll take that. Nick, dating woman with multiple kids. Yeah, I broke that down, guys. There's instant oatmeal and there's an instant family. When you want instant oatmeal, all you add is hot water. Okay. When you want instant family, all you do is date a MILF with kids. Okay. Because guess what? Now you're a father of 3. Do I want that? No, sir. All right, good job. Jeremy Jordan, 2 thumbs up. Nick, women, I got you. Ross, hey, Sam. Shout out to South Florida and all the girls with the high profile pictures trying to make it till they're 60. I'm not mad at that. Jeremy Jordan, $200 on a date. Did they go to Starbucks 20 times? Nah, man. Let me tell you something. You ain't going to bring no date to Starbucks, okay? No, man. When you're going on a date, when you're in that game, Starbucks is not at that level. Starbucks is the nightcap. Okay, maybe. But what I could tell you is this: a date is easily $200. Okay, well, not easily, at least $100. Okay, because you got dinner, you probably got a movie, you're gonna have gas, you're gonna have clothes. After you add all that up, yeah, you're at about 100. Okay. All right, someone right now in the live comments, when's the last time you've been to the movies? How much is the movies? For 2 people? For 2 people, the movie theater has got to be at least $30. And probably $40 if you add food and all the candy. And you think you're going to take some big chick to the movies and she don't want some Raisinets? Huh. And please, don't tell me you're taking some skinny hot chick. Because a lot of you guys are ugly as hell. I'm not, no disrespect. So, you bring a big chick to the movies, that may be $60 easy, all the raisinets she's eating. So please, and you didn't even get to dinner yet, man. So dinner, man, I'm not talking about, dating a girl that, shops at the Dollar Tree. Well, she may shop at the Dollar Tree with her money, but with your money, you're going to the steakhouse, man. You're going to Morton's. So, not in the first date. The first date's 50-50. After that, it's all on you. And I'm not mad at that because I'm not dating anyone. Kristen, hey, Sam. Nick, drinks. Oh, yeah, drinks had to be involved. Great point. Yeah, drinks are definitely involved. Drinks are what makes that cost go up because liquor is very expensive. And I'm not talking about going to the liquor store and bringing your own liquor. I'm talking about sitting in a diner or something like that, some type of restaurant, and you're ordering wine and this and this and that. And, I don't drink alcohol. I've been drinking alcohol, and I only did it casually towards the end. I don't know, probably in like 5-7 years. And, but alcohol is expensive, man. I see it when I go out. Alcohol, whether it's at high-end restaurants or low-end places, that's where restaurants and food places, that's where they make their money is the alcohol. And they want to sell as much as they can. It's amazing, like we're trying to ban vaping. Alcohol and cigarettes, which are both legal, kill way more people than vaping. I'm not for vaping, but I just think it's amazing, So, I remember telling a guy like that, I said, he said, Sam, he was talking about the healthcare system. I said, look, you want to change the healthcare system? You don't have to raise taxes. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is make cigarettes illegal. Cigarettes are the number one cause of preventable deaths. They cost the healthcare system probably the most money of any other disease. And he goes, well, you can't do that because then the next thing they'll want to look at is liquor, and then they'll want to look at fast food. So it's like, with freedom comes high healthcare bills. So, if you don't want to regulate cigarettes or alcohol, and you do regulate them, but if you don't want to outlaw them, you're always going to have a high percentage of the population that die through cigarettes, alcohol, and obesity-related diseases. The top three causes of preventable deaths are alcohol, cigarettes, and obesity-related diseases. So either you're drinking wine every night, you're a wino, or you're smoking cigarettes, okay, and you're destroying your lungs, or you're eating chocolate and cheese. And I got family members who've been through all that, so I understand that. But one way or another, the Grim Reaper's coming. And if you're drinking alcohol, if you're smoking cigarettes, or you're eating that Chick-fil-A, the Grim Reaper's coming with a high healthcare cost. And that's why healthcare medical bills number one cause of bankruptcy in America. That's true. Journey with Jordan. Monopoly game was created by socialists, was it? To demonstrate the evils of capitalism. Is that true? That's actually interesting. I didn't know that. I have to look that up. Roz laughing, Journey with Jordan. See, Journey with Jordan, smart man, he's from Naples, man. He's not from Tennessee. He's talking about Trump, Subject Zero. Snow Panther, what's up, man? Do you think it is possible to date while living out of your car? Yeah, but not more than one date. Because for most women, you're gonna be able to bang like Kristen. So Kristen, who's like a 49-year-old woman, she no longer wants to be a nester. So if you're dating a girl in her 20s or 30s, it's not gonna happen. Not other than a novelty date. Like there used to be novelty gifts, like you buy someone like a whoopee cushion and like sets off a fart and you give it to them as a gift. It's like, what the hell am I gonna do with a whoopee cushion? You ain't gonna do shit with it. But it's just entertainment. So once in a while, you may get a girl in her 20s or 30s that she'll date you just as like, it's like a whoopee cushion. You're like, a one-off. But she's not going to get into a serious relationship. Well, you're not going to be banging her all the time. But when you meet a girl like Kristen, who's like about to turn 50, she got 10 more years to get it in before, no one wants to touch her other than, the psychopaths at the old senior citizen home. She'll give it up because she's looking for another nomad on the road to and I'm no disrespect. I've met MILFs. This is what they want to do. But I'm telling you right now, you better not catch feelings. Because if you start to fall in love with Kristen, in 5 years, she's like Cinderella, like that forgot her glass slipper. Once she sees you're getting too attached and her skin's starting to crack, she's like Cinderella. Like, didn't Cinderella turn to magical dust at midnight if she didn't get back to the house or something? So that's what's going to happen. But let me tell you this, Snow Panther and all my ugly psychopaths out there. If you live in a car, you actually should be happy if no one wants to date you. Why? Because I think the end goal should be stay single. Okay? Because damn sure, if you're living in your car and you're barely getting by, you don't want to date because you're going to be broke as hell. My man spending $200 a weekend on dating a girl. And that relationship ain't going nowhere. Let me tell you something. I know what's going to happen. But I don't want to tell him that. Well, I did tell him that. But he knows nothing going to happen. But he wants that pussy. He wants that coochie. Guys, lust is a powerful thing. You think about that, like, don't mix money and relationships. If the opposite sex couldn't make you orgasm, would you still date them? No. Because, guys, there's tons of ugly people out there waiting for someone to go on a date with them. Why don't you date them? Right? Because vanity. I can't tell you how many people cried on my shoulder and say, Sam, this person doesn't love me. I did everything. They did me dirty. I said, please, what about all the ugly people that wanted to get with you and you told them no? Hey, guys, look, there's tons of ugly people out there. Most people are ugly. 90% of society is butt ugly. Okay, so Jerry Seinfeld did a whole episode about it, that 90% of the population are undateable. Okay, so, it's like, that's why when you see a hot person, you'll put up with a lot. You'll spend a lot. Why? Because they're exceptional. They're 10% of society. But 90% of society, butt ugly. Okay? So what I can tell you is this. Stay single. That's what I tell you. And then he goes, I know you wouldn't. Yeah, I just broke that down. But I haven't had a relationship yet and would like to. Well, hey, I hear you. I had a relationship. I think it's overrated. But I would say if I didn't have a relationship, I would feel how you felt. And I am thankful I had relationships. So I do think relationships will make you feel better. Or not make you feel better, but I think they'll give you a better, bigger perspective on life. But if you're just getting in the game, you're going to get crushed, man. Because part of relationships are you're going to fail. There's some of them that you're going to totally fail. And like, you don't get into risky investments at the age of 59 because you have to go through a lot of failure before you get good at something. So I don't think you want to get in the dating game too late because you're going to go through some failure. And if you're older, I don't think you can deal with it. Dating is risky. Dating and relationships, very risky, okay? So when you're younger, you could take more risk because you got more room to recover. When you're older, you can't take that much risk. But if you want to, what should you do, Snow Panther? Whatever you want. Because don't forget, Snow Panther, it's your life. And there's some old women that are looking to get in a relationship. Am I? No, I'm not. So that's the best advice I can give you, brother, but I'm happy for you. Either way. Kristen, I love you. Dream with Dream. At the beginning of the Trump board game, everyone gets a small loan of $1 million. Well, guys, that's why I'm going to vote for Andrew Yang. I think he panders. I think he's just as dirty as all of them. But shit, look, I rather him, at least he's going to get everyone $1,000. I don't care shit. At this point, what does it matter? We're $22 trillion in debt, guys. Hey. So, but look, like I said, no matter who's the president, you're always going to have to work. Because even if Andrew Yang gives out $1,000 to everyone, probably inflation will eat that up. And, probably won't matter. So what I can tell you is this, guys. Don't get too wrapped up in politics. Don't amount to much. Kristen, happy 49th birthday. Well, we just sung happy birthday. Birthday cake emoji. John Sutters wished you a happy birthday. I hope you have a great one, he said. Good job, John. Roz, happy birthday, Kristen. Good job. Nick Faxia, 100 emoji. Kristen, thank you for the kindness, fellow nomads. Well, I hope I wasn't too kind to you. Love to you. We love you, Kristen. Nick, getting ready to go to a welding boot camp. There you go. That's a good trade. And unfortunately, I got to sever a relationship. Oh, sever a relationship. Well, brother, get the scissors out. Scissor emoji to you. Because let me tell you something. Less is more, including relationships. Keep a couple of good ones. Keep a couple of good ones because you do need some social interaction. I have met some psychopaths. They live basically totally isolated from society. And I'm not saying that's the way. But what I am saying is less is more. Roz is laughing and she gave a lot of birthday cakes emojis. Kristen, oh, shucks, Sammy. You rock. Yeah, I know. I appreciate that. Thank you. Coach, my man Sam, love the Mills. Well, I've dated a couple. And what I can tell you is you got till they're about 57 and then they start to try to sever the relationship because what's going to happen is their looks are going to fade and they don't want you to remember them like that. Random, thinking emoji. How can you give bad service doing DoorDash? Oh, very easy. You just drop stuff off. No. You got to be on time. Number one, you got to be on time. Okay. So that's number one. Like if you order pizza, random videos, if you order pizza right now and the pizza doesn't come till 2 hours later, Who are you going to blame? The pizzeria or the delivery boy? You know, you're going to blame the pizzeria, but you're going to be pissed at the delivery boy. Okay. So, and then second is if something isn't right in the food, if they forgot your drink, who are you going to blame? The restaurant or the person who delivers the food? People blame the person who delivers the food. On average, there's exceptions. There's some people that are understanding. So if your food's late, if the food isn't prepared right, or if the psychopath, bangs on your door, does something, there's ways that, you can get bad customer service from DoorDash. But the top two ways are if they're late, which may not be their fault. And number two is if the food is not prepared right or you don't have anything, which also may not be their fault, but it may be their fault. There was one time that I didn't get a drink and it was on the app to get a drink and I just didn't see it and it was my fault. So that's how you get a bad rating. Dream with Jordan. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Yeah, I appreciate that. Hit that thumbs up. Share the video. Thank you, Nick. Laughing. Hold on a sec, guys. Let me click my own thumbs up button. Let me click my own thumbs because when you're dating yourself, guys, and you're spending all your money on yourself, you got to click your own thumbs up button. You got to, give yourself a hand job and you got to give yourself a thumbs up. That's truth. That's truth. Well, we're getting there. Okay, here we go. Let's see. We got 31 people watching. We got 14 thumbs up. We got the one psychopath that got 3 different profiles. He came in all the time. I love him. Jose, $40. Hey, I don't know what we were talking about there. Nico, what's up, man? Movies is 17. Oh, wait, I had to approve a lot of comments. A lot of people cursing and a lot of checking. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. I'm going to Bill Cosby you guys. I'm going to shame you guys. Let's see who cursed me out. Roz. Oh, she said New York shit is expensive. That's true. But also the pay scale's higher. Random Videos was cursing. I like to split bills. If I gotta always pay someone's way, I feel like I'm dating a prostitute. Well, you pretty much, yeah. And she's just in it for the money. Guys, everyone's got self-interest. That's true. Kristen, Sam, you're fucking killing me. I love you. This is a good birthday laugh. My skin will crack and turn to dust. It's true. That's what happens. Sam, you are the best one. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me approve that comment. Good job, Kristen. All right, let's continue. Nico, movies are 17. Damn, that's expensive, man. $17.99 in South Cal. $6.99 for small popcorn. Shit. You think you're gonna get some big chick small popcorn? You guys ain't never dated no big chick, man. No way that's gonna slide. Sneak in a soda. You sneak in a soda. She wants a supersized soda. She wants some Raisinets, some Juju beads, and an extra large popcorn with extra butter, man. You guys out there cheaping out on the big chicks, man. You ain't gonna get no action with that, Kristen. Thanks for the B-Day wishes, Sam. We love you. Freebie be laughing fire. Told us as to us. True. I love Arizona. If she's too good for McDonald's, I won't date her. Well, you're gonna date a psychopath that eats at McDonald's and shops at the Dollar Tree. Now, can she be a loving, compassionate person? Yeah. But she's got bad health and she's a psychopath. But guess what, guys? The alternative is you date Melania Trump. She's hot, but she wants the visa and the green card. So, guys, pick your poison. 90% of the population undateable, man. Jordan with Jordan. Amen to that. I love Arizona. Maybe Wendy's. Oh, you definitely going to date. Cameron, more money, more problems. Hey, guys. Better more money, more problems than more broke, more Dollar Tree. So what I can tell you is you want that money bag. Random. The more keys on your keychain, the more complicated your life is. Well, that's a good comment. That's why I got a key fob. I don't even want to turn the key. I just want a fob. Roz, I got to say I love that I don't need sex at all. Well, damn it, Roz, you keeping it tight. I love that I make great money. I'm not mad at that. And I love that I spend it on me. Well, I'm not mad at that either. I'm happy I'm an introvert. Well, I agree with that. I fly solo. Amen says to choir, Roz. You broke it down. May West, shout out to Brooklyn. Did you see your boy Bob Wells being a total capitalist? And I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him at all, man. Bob Wells gave you a video, man. Total pandering. I just pulled over. I was listening to audiobooks.com. This is a paid endorsement. I'm not mad at them, guys. If audiobooks paid me to do a commercial, would I do it? It depends how much the money bag was, okay? If the money bag was decent, I may do the commercial, okay? But I don't know if I would act like I'm pulling over on the side of the road like, oh my God, guys, I was just listening to audiobooks.com. It was so disingenuous, man. I know that's your guy, May West, but the guy, I think he's a fraud, man. I really do. But I got respect for him. Jose, a movie for two in Houston. Okay. Robert, yo, Sam, what's up? What's up, man? Uh, Forgive me if I say the name wrong. Kelly Grand, laughing. Good job. Whataburger is the best. Hey, man, I hear you. I don't eat meat anymore, though, really. Journey with Jordan. In the Victorian era, whatever was that, brother? Dating was considered prostitution. Well, hey, I'm a stripper. If you bought a woman food and drinks in exchange for sex, men used to go over to the woman's house and sit in the front parlor room. Hey, guys, what I can tell you is this. I remember being in Starbucks in Florida, and there was a girl. I don't know if she was a prostitute. There's a lot of prostitution down in Florida. There was a girl with some old guy, some hot young girl with an old guy, and she was basically, they were just talking, and she was saying, look, society doesn't want prostitution to be legal because women would make a lot of money. Now, you think about that, like, we legalize marijuana. Should we legalize prostitution? I don't know. What do you think? Say in a live comment right now. If we legalize marijuana, should we legalize prostitution? I don't know. What do you think? Tony? Sam? Staying single is definitely the way to go. You get to have a clear mind. I agree with that. Stress-free, pretty good. And lots of free time. Don't forget that money bag emoji. Good job, Tony. May West laughing. Yeah, he makes being a bum cool. Hey, guys. He makes money look cool. And he's making a lot of money. And I'm not mad at him. Shout out to audiobooks.com. I just pulled over myself. Cindy, yes. Good job, Cindy. Oh, Roz. Night. Have court hearing all day tomorrow. Uh-oh. Roz, what happened? You had to put a restraining order on a psychopath that typed in all caps? Roz, what happened? We love you, Roz. Cindy, yes. Good job. I love it. Arizona. I love being single. But I'd make an exception for Roz. Uh-oh. All right now. Well, are you a guy, girl? What are you? I thought you were a girl. You're a guy? I don't know who's who, man. Are you Bob Wells? Bob Wells has got two different channels, man. What a scam artist. Random. Prostitution and marijuana is both. Are they both legal in Canada? Man, if you guys had hot weather, I may go up there, but too cold. Journey with Jordan. Oh, here we go. What were we talking about? Caitlin Grand. I have to teach tomorrow. Uh-oh, psychopath. So glad I caught you live. Caitlin Grand, I'm glad you came in. I hope you don't drive an Audi. But what I can tell you is this. I love you. I love all my teachers out there. And what I can tell you is God bless you. I love you. Stay positive. Dave, love and respect. Legal in Nevada. Yeah, it's legal in Nevada, but you got to go like out in the middle of the desert where Lamar Odom went. And you got to do all type of wild drugs. Oh, she drives a Hyundai. All right. Well, I'm not mad at that. Where do you, let's stay positive. Night. We love you, Caitlin. God bless you. You got a good pension. Guys, should you ever date a teacher? Well, she's got a good pension. Would I ever date a teacher? No, I wouldn't. Let's stay positive. I love you, Caitlin. Thanks, Sammy. Ross, no silly. An officer. Oh, you officer for Brevard County in Florida. Well, Ross, give me a free parking pass. I used to know a cop, and he gave me like the free It's basically like get out of jail free card, but like for the speeding ticket. Like, you know, you give like someone a card that says like, I know this guy. I love you, Caitlin. Oh, she's an art teacher. Total psychopath. Nope, I can't deal with it. Nope, I'm sorry. Art teacher. Let me guess, Caitlin, is your favorite holiday Halloween? Guys, if your favorite holiday is Halloween and you're an art teacher, it's total psychopath. I'm sorry, but it's a psychopath raid. It's it. Yep, I knew it. That's it. I'm staying single for life. It's a disaster. She's already decorating her house, got all type of shit. I'm sorry. No, Caitlin, I love you. I hope you meet the man of your dreams, but I'm not the one. I'm not the one, guys. But that's okay. Let's stay positive. Roz is an officer at Brevard County. Love and respect to you, Roz. Roz, I'm an officer. I'm not mad at that. That's a good pension. Do you in Brevard County, do you have 20 and out? Meaning that if you do 20 years of service, you can retire? Caitlin drives a Hyundai. Night, we love you. Doug, what's up, man? Good evening, Sam. Good evening to you, brother. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. How are you, man? I have some interesting developments. Well, let's hear it. I will be going out to LA in 3 weeks for a job interview. Well, I'll be praying for you, brother, because I want the best for you. If I land the job, I would be working from home. Doug, I'm going to sincerely pray for you, brother, because you've been nothing but positive. And I know that you're not really happy working at that RV dealership. And I want you to be happy because you're a positive person. And I want positive things to happen for you, brother. So prayer emoji to you, man. Caitlin, what about an art teacher? I just broke that down. I love you, though. She's laughing good. Keep laughing. Tell your therapist about me. I remembered it. I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it. Let's stay positive. Let's stay positive. Cameron, buy a hooker, Sam. No, I don't want to do that. We got my man A33 is buying all the hookers. I don't want to date a prostitute, guys. I don't want to pay for a prostitute. I'd rather just masturbate. I'm over with. 5 minutes for free. So for me, hookers are overrated. Jeremy Jordan, good night, Doug. Oh, nice, Doug. Caitlin, night for real. Caitlin, we love you. She's laughing good. I love you. Doug, I would be working from home. I want the best for you. For a German company with a headquarters in Oxnard, California. 3 times the amount of money. Well, money bag emoji to you. Compared to the crazy RV industry, yeah. Wish me luck. I'm going to pray for you, brother. I want the best for you. And Doug says, thank you, Journey. Roz, I work for Brevard. Oh, Broward, not Brevard. I'm sorry. That's South Florida. And yes, I can also do the backdrop for 8 years. I never heard of that. What does that mean? Okay, now you got to go. We love you. Well, whatever it means you're making money. And Roz, I love you all your heart. Now, I know there's high crime in Broward. So what I can tell you is this. Keep your vest on. But I love you. I respect you. You've been nothing positive with me. So I hope you can retire early. And I hope you live your best life. And I hope you're safe in the streets. Love and respect to you. Because guys, I always tell you, if you run into a psychopath, don't try to go psychopath for psychopath. Call the authorities. Call Roz up. Okay. Roz is a paid professional. She knows how to deal with psychopaths. How does she deal with them? She tasers the shit out of psychopaths. And what I can tell you guys, if a psychopath backs me into a corner, I'm going to call the authorities, okay? Now, if Roz don't get there in time, I'm going to have to self-defense, okay? But if Roz gets there in time, I'm going to say, Roz, taser the shit out of that psychopath, okay? Why? Because, hey, that's the law, okay? You bother me, you get tasered, all right? Don't disrespect. All right, love and respect. Robert, legalize it, said in a Jamaican accent. Well, I'm not mad at that. Get your money. Well, I'm not mad at that. Roz is laughing good. All right, guys. We learned a lot tonight. Okay. What did we learn, Magical Nomad guy? We learned that you got to try to be careful with mixing relationships and money, but it's not always a bad thing because if the person is honest with you and you're honest with them, you can manage the relationship with money. But when things go bad, money is the first thing that's brought up. And the final thing we learned tonight, if a psychopath attacks you, taser the shit out of them, but only if the law officer is present, and you have all witnesses, and you're not going to get in trouble for it. Okay? I'm just playing. Roz, 20. Tom, hey Sam, good to see you. Stay hydrated. Damn it, Tom. We love you, brother. If any psychopath bothers you, call Roz. Roz gonna taser shit out of him. All right? I love you guys. Stay positive. Hit that thumbs up. Buy all your tasers on my Amazon link. Okay? If you're gonna buy tasers to taser the psychopaths, go to Amazon using my link, okay? But don't use the taser and then blame me for it. Why? Because I'm not going to be your witness. You have to follow all the rules and the laws of the land, okay? Don't blame me if you taser a psychopath and then you get sued. Because let me tell you something, that's how it goes. Tom, well, I just got here. Well, Tom, you got to watch the replay. Because there's some psychopaths out there that need tasering. But I'm not recommending you do that, but just saying. Have a good night, brother. You too, XMO. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Stay positive. I love you.